So you're going through some kind of financial crisis at the moment and feeling very, very lonely and isolated. You might need to seek some legal advice as well, maybe regarding money. And, you might be relocating. So you might be moving home to go and find yourself a new job somewhere else. So in the past, you've been spending too much of money. You needed to slow down, and you were receiving a lot of information in the form of messages, communications, and that's been coming through for you in the past. And going into the future, there's a lot of financial security going on, but you also need to make sure that you organize and you need to declutter as well. So those are the energies for those 2 weeks. So I'm going to use the Bright Idea deck, and that is, I put that into the description box. Please click on the links to see the deck. It's a really lovely deck. A bit on the rare side, though, I must admit. So you've got the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So you're waiting for things to change, and you're waiting for the cycle to come to an end. And it looks like it is going to come to an end. It's got luck in this particular deck. So an end of a cycle, and, it will move from a phase of lack into a phase of abundance, it seems, with this cycle. And you're the one that is, orchestrating it. You're making it happen. So you're the one that is turning the cogs on this particular mechanism so that, you can shift yourself out of this feeling of abundance, of lack into abundance. So it's an end of an old cycle of lack, and you're going to be moving into a cycle of abundance. But there's a timing in place. So in your divine timing, you've got the phases of the moon over here. So right now you might be here at this full moon section, and things will start changing as the cycles of the moon go. So it's something that you're going to need to wait for to happen. So what's happening with you? You're back on track as far as your work goes. You've got the 3 action card. He's on the road to success, and that's where you're going. You're heading towards success. You might be collaborating with a lot of people, and you're putting out your ideas. You are putting them into action. You've got the demolition card over here. You're getting rid of things that are not serving you. There might be some kind of crisis that comes into your life quite unexpectedly, and this is the Tower card. So maybe you're breaking out of old molds, or maybe some kind of crisis comes in that shifts the energy where you're not stagnant anymore and gets you right back on track. So whatever you've been doing, something comes along and it's going to change things or shift things. I don't always like the Tower. It always brings in a lot of chaotic energy, and Taurus doesn't like chaos at all, and so this Tower card tends to do that, but it is something that brings you out of things that you get stuck in, and Taurus does tend to get stuck in the mud quite a bit, if I can say so. We tend to not like to move, and the Tower comes and whips us out of that kind of energy. So it seems like there's something that's going to come and take you out of being stuck and stagnant and shifting your energies forward. So in the past, you might have been dealing with, you may have been dealing with somebody who's a very good friend of yours. You may have formed a business partnership with someone, but you've got some support over there from a person who is very, very understanding, somebody that you work with, somebody that, you can rely on, somebody that you can have a good old gossip with and know that, whatever you say to them is not going to get away from you. It's not going to be... there's somebody that's very supportive and honest about it. So a very good friendship that you have had. So in the past 3 months, you've had some kind of decision that you had to make, a choice that you had to make, that you were facing about what to do next. It seems to have involved some kind of communication of the sword over here, where you needed to take back your power, take back your, take back leadership of your life, if I can say that. But you definitely faced some kind of critical decision that you had to make in the last few months. Now you've got cooperation. You might be working with a team of people here, and whatever you are doing, this is on your mind. You're working pretty well with them, and you're building something. So you're hoping, or what's been playing on your mind is how you can make this successful, bigger, better, brighter than what has come in the past. This is a new cycle of work. You've got a Taurus sign over here. So you want whatever this project is that you're undertaking to be very successful. And you're working pretty hard, and you're working with this team, and you'll seem to be working pretty well together. So going into the future, you've got the restraint card. So if anybody is giving you any kind of problems, if there's a lot of demands that are coming your way, or people are forcing you to do something, you need to stop and tell them to back off. You can see this woman's distinctly telling this group of people to back down, and you need to do that. You need to take control of things, and you need to tell people to not to bother you anymore. That's just a nice way of saying, tell them to back off, and not overwhelm you, because it seems like a lot of people are making a lot of demands on you, and if you keep letting them do that, then you are going to be overwhelmed. So you need to put your hand up and say, enough is enough. Show them who's boss, really. So you've got the science card over here. Whatever you're doing, you need to do some research on it, studying. It's also amalgamating, your spiritual beliefs with your scientific beliefs. You might be communicating your ideas a lot to the rest of the world. Over here, you can see, the world is standing and watching, but you're doing a lot of research, and whatever work you're doing, it might be very scientifically, these things. You've got Mercury over here. It's a lot of intellectual work. With Aquarius over here, it's about science and technology and, being an innovator, and, it's a sign that's ruled by Uranus. So it brings in quick, sudden changes and big changes and world changes. So whatever work you're doing might be, you might be communicating to an international audience, and you might be at the forefront of your technology working, and, you're very focused on it. You can see this woman's focusing on the world. So you're giving out a lot of information, or you're dealing with a lot of information, but you're using your intuition as well a lot to, playing it by ear as well, trusting your instincts as well. So you're very expert at what you do. You're very trained up in whatever it is that you do. Specialized in it, rather, if I could say that. And it involves a lot of detail. It's a very detail-orientated job. That's what you're focusing at the moment. So what's going on around you? An old cycle coming to an end. This is the death card. It's a passage card. So it seems like, whatever situation you were in, it's sitting right next to, oh no, it wasn't actually. So whatever it is, that old cycle is finished. It's ended. You need to actually let it go. So whatever this is that comes in with this Tower card over here, the demolition, it might leave you quite devastated, but it will open the door for you, and you've got a lot of opportunities coming in. And whatever it is that has happened, you will rise like a phoenix from the ashes, you can see, and that is going to be the new doorway that opens up. And, don't worry about time, because it looks like this flower is blooming out of the hourglass is cracked. Time, the sand is come out of it, but a flower is bloomed in that sand. So where you thought that time is running out, actually it's not the case, because of this experience that you have acquired from whatever you've been doing, something will bloom or blossom out from it, and you've got the doorway opening to new opportunities. The phoenix is above that doorway, so it's going to be something that brings you out of the dark and into the light. And you've got the key in your hand, so you've got the solution to your problems. You have them in your hand, and you need to turn around and face that door. So whatever that opportunity is, you need to embrace it, and you need to go forward. It might be in the form of a message that comes through, an invitation. It could be a new job offer, something for you to move forward. And you need to slash or cut out that past in order for you to move forward. And you have the keys to do it. So you don't sit there and get depressed about everything. You need to turn around and start acting, and know that whatever comes off it, time is not running out. It's on your side, and everything will come into your hand. Now, you want a position of leadership and authority, and it seems like that's where you're trying to go for. You want to reach the top, and this is the Emperor card. So you want to take control of that situation, and you want a position of management or high management where you are in control and you have the authority. So going into the future, you've got the Seven of Rods over here. This is resolve. So whatever crisis that you have, or that you might go through, somebody will come and rescue you from it. So there is going to be somebody that gets you out of that situation. It will not be that you will end up everything will go to pieces. In fact, somebody will actually come there to take you out of that situation. So even though things seem like they're going really badly, or if things are going up in flames, it's going to be that somebody comes in and takes you out of that situation. And you've got the synthesis card over here, which is the temperance card over here, reaching a state of balance, reaching a state of healing, and also being an expert at what you do. So you're very, very good at what you do. You have all the tools that you need for it, and you're very focused on what you do. And, the Temperance card is about healing. It's also finding a middle of the road. So get yourself back in balance. If you need to get back your health, or you need to get back the balance in your life, you need to do that with this Temperance card. So find your balance, find your sweet spot where you are not too emotionally charged up about something that's going to happen. And you have all the experience you need and all the training you need to get this job done. You are an expert in this field. This is the Virgo card, the Hermit card. Now, you might be doing some further studying, or you might be working with information. Virgo is a card ruled by Mercury. You can see all these certificates at the back of this man's wall over here. So he's very, very trained up. He's had a lot of experience and a lot of training, formal training, as well as his experience with his age. He's had experience. You're very changed to this particular job. You might be spending a lot of time by yourself as well. It's also important for you to manage time. Don't get too bogged down by your work. It looks like a lot of people will come to you for advice, because you've got the finger and the hand pointing at this man. So it looks like, you are going to be the person that's giving out this advice, and you are the expert in your field. And it might be taking up a lot of your time, because you're very focused on this work. So take a little bit of a break. Don't get too bogged down with work. So apart from being an expert, you need to spend take some time for yourself as well. Take a little bit of a break. But you are an expert at what you do, and you are very focused on your work, and people will be coming to you for advice and answers to whatever they need. They will be coming to you. But make sure that you're not overwhelmed by them. So tell them when to back off. You need to set boundaries. And you need to know that the information you give, you worked pretty hard for it. So don't be too enthusiastic to give it out, to dish it out too quickly. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself first. So a new phase coming in for you, something new coming in for you, and a lot of opportunities will be coming in for you. So whatever problems you've been through, you will be able to rise above it. The flowers blooming in the sand over there. So it looks like, whatever has come on, and, although you feel like you've lost or wasted time, it's not a waste of time. Whatever you do is going to bring out a lot of rewards. Okay. So this is the Think and Grow Rich deck. It's an oracle deck. And it says desire. So you must have the desire to do something. So have a vision in your mind, have a desire, and open your eyes. So watch your back. Make sure that you are watching your back, looking out for your interests, and know that not everybody's there to support you. Even though you think that they're your friend, they're not always your friend. So keep, open your eyes, have eyes at the back of your head. Make sure you're watching yourself. It says keep your eyes and ears wide open and your mouth closed if you wish to acquire a habit of prompt decision. So you can see the champagne bottle popping over here. So there is celebration coming up over here, but make sure you're not divulging a lot of secrets. Keep your mouth closed, keep your eyes and ears wide open, and watch your back really for this open eyes card. And the last card is refuse poverty. So make sure whatever you're doing, you don't get back into the situation of lack again. And, make sure that you have a desire and have a vision, and then work towards that vision and refuse poverty. So refuse to be back in a situation of lack again. Make sure that you are always moving forward. Don't let anybody slow you down in your progress. So I'm just going to draw some cards from Fairy Tarot over here, and it says the Six of Summer, which is children and childhood, a return of people from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than they have fully occurred. So you might be running into somebody that you've worked with before, somebody from the past. Also, don't romanticize the past. Don't think that everything that happened, maybe your previous job was much better than the one that you're doing now. Always look squarely to the future and move towards the future with the Six of Summer. Then you've got the Renewal, which is the Judgment card, reaching a crossroads in your life. Review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life's purpose and releasing judgments of yourself and others. So you are at a crossroads, a turning point in your life. You have to make a decision about what you want to do. And you can see with this Lovers card over here, this is also a decision card that you have to make. So have a vision. And if you don't, then this Tower card comes in and becomes a difficult energy to deal with. So, the the message is, have a desire, have a vision, and when you do that, then even if you get the Tower card, you don't really notice it, because it doesn't have to take you out of a difficult energy. You've already started making progress forward. And the Four of Autumn says, manage your resources wisely, achieve balance in how you spend and save money, and help those who are less fortunate. So really watch your spending. Make sure that you are saving and you are not going overboard as far as spending going. So a need to manage resources quite wisely. And refuse poverty. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if it has. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.